Hello. Can you guys hear me? What's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? It's your boy David with Sin City Crypto. If this is your first time checking us out, this is not our traditional show we do. We typically have a live show Monday through Friday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have a co-host Robin and a full production team. But tonight, you're getting me, and we're going to talk some crypto and more specifically, some artificial intelligence. So, if it's your first time in here, make sure to hit the like button, say hello. I'll keep my eye on the chat, and also share the stream so we can pack the viewers in here. And so, just some love to the chat, real quick. Tox was in here first. What's up, my man? Johnny Two Podcast. Jessica's back in here, and then of course we have our regulars: Gonzo, Crypto Whelp, of course our hype man Jimmy, and Luis Destroyer. And so, guys, if you like the night stream, put a one in the chat. If you want more Sin City Crypto, also put another one in the chat. So today, like I mentioned, we are going to be focusing on AI and how it relates to crypto. And so, first thing we're going to talk about is this. And let me go ahead and cut this over. So, this is from Be in Crypto. And here, let me add my face here. This is from Be in Crypto. AI tops institutional investors' tech choice, outpacing crypto. Financial services giant JP Morgan has released its latest e-trading edit report. It reveals the sentiments of institutional investors worldwide regarding the future of trading technology, crypto, and AI, aka artificial intelligence. The report, now in its seventh year, was drawn from a January survey of 835 institutional traders in 60 global markets. It aims to uncover upcoming trends and the most hotly debated topics. JP Morgan concluded that 53% of the institutional investors surveyed believe that AI and machine learning will be the most influential technology in shaping the future of trading over the next 3 years, which is a significant increase from 25% the previous year. And here's a chart to kind of give you an idea. So out of all these 835 institutional investors that they polled, 53% of them are focused and going to be putting money into AI and machine learning, followed by 14% into API. And then coming in at number 3 is blockchain and distributed ledger technology, aka cryptocurrencies. That's at 12%. But what if we combine the two, right? What are the projects that are combining AI, machine learning, and blockchain and technology? We're going to go over that. But just to kind of show you how big this thing is going to be, we literally have an arms race between some of the largest companies out there in the world of AI. So here you go. Here's a headline. Microsoft schedules mystery event for Tuesday as company accelerates their AI investments. Then you have Google. They up the AI ante with investment in ChatGPT rival Anthropic. So speaking of ChatGPT, this thing was I think it got to 100 million users in 2 months, which is the fastest growing app in the history of apps in the history of the world. And so if that tells you something, right, it's all about fads. It's all about trends, right? What is trending? That is what people are going to invest in, right? On top of that, you have what are these large institutions and companies investing? The numbers speak for themselves. It's AI, it's machine learning, it's technology, it's the future, it's blockchain. And here's one more. AI, and it's not just in crypto that these AI tokens are rallying. AI stocks rally in latest Wall Street craze, sparked by ChatGPT. Okay, now, what I found something interesting is what are some of, and I'm going to drop my face here. What are some of the jobs that could be erased by artificial intelligence? So this was again pretty interesting to me. So, content creator, data analyst, journalist, teacher. This one's kind of interesting. So the explanation here is AI can provide individualized learning experiences to students, making human teachers redundant. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Do you guys think that AI should replace teachers? Should robots go ahead and teach our kids? If you have kids, put a 1 in the chat. And if not, if you don't have kids and you think it's a good idea, also put a 1 in the chat. Let me know what you think. I'm also going to be doing some Q&A at the end of the stream as well. So make sure you stick around, throw in your questions. Also, GF Burke, just real quick, said, I just sold my Trump NFT for $940, 9.5x. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's the one thing with money, guys. Money doesn't care about your political affiliations. Money doesn't care about anything except money. And so good for you, my friend. So some other jobs that AI can replace: marketing manager, customer service representatives. Please, for the love of God. Please, for the love of God, no. I don't know about you guys, but when I call customer service, I want a human. I want to speak to a human being. If it's gotten to the point where I got to pick up my damn phone and get something resolved, I don't want to go through press one for this, press two for this, speak it clearly. I can no. I want to speak to a human being. I think that's one of the biggest problems with crypto exchanges is their customer service sucks. It's all through email, which they never respond to, and chatting. So that one, I'm going to say, please, for the love of God, let's keep humans on here. Goes on: financial analyst, product manager, HR manager, social media manager, legal secretary. Now, this one is kind of interesting. There was something we talked about on the show a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, where an app that was like an AI app was pretty much someone's defense lawyer. I believe they were in court for a traffic ticket or something like that. And so they had the app open. The AI listened to everything from the lawyer on the other side, the judge, and then it told him what to say. And so that is something interesting as well. Think about all the money these legal secretaries and lawyers make. Could it put them out of business? Who knows? Remains to be seen. Medical receptionist, graphic designer. This one, I'm not sure. I feel like these things need a little more human touch. Copywriter, web developer, librarian, translator, interior designer, bookkeeper, receptionist, musician. This one I'm definitely going to disagree with, but just some interesting stuff, you guys. Let me know what you think so far of out of all those ones that I mentioned, right? In this picture. This is, by the way, I think ChatGPT spit this out. Which one do you guys think would be the best served to be replaced by artificial intelligence? Let me know. Throw it in the chat. Also, guys, if you're new here, please say hello. I'd love to welcome you. And let's keep the chat active, you guys. Let's keep the chat active. Bullish Kenny G said cheaper, but AI can't replace passion of a teacher. That's fair. Sometimes we learn better from a passionate person than by the book know it all. That is true, right? I feel like some things you do need that personal touch, that human being on the other side to help you learn, right? The last thing you want to do is be confused about something and then have to ask an AI or a learning machine, and then just you get even more confused, kind of lose your desire to learn. I know my oldest is very much more can relate to a teacher that sits down with him and speaks face to face. So interesting. Logan C said librarian. Fair enough. I guess for me, what I would pick. Let's see. What would I pick? I definitely wouldn't pick customer service representative, but data analyst kind of makes sense, right? If the data is already out there and you're just aggregating it as a data analyst, uh, maybe AI could do that. Ziggy X said lawyer. That again should be extremely interesting. How much money would people save, uh, and how much money could possibly the court save if AI did replace uh, lawyers? So, all right, let's get into um, some AI. So, here's what I'm using. I'm using CryptoRank.io, and I am going to go through. So this is sorted by the AI token, right? So these are strictly crypto AI tokens, all right? And we're going to watch some videos and we're going to learn about a couple projects. So obviously the number one, the one that's gaining the most attraction is SingularityNet, Ajax, and so this one is kind of interesting. Essentially, what Ajax does, it's a platform that allows people to buy and sell AI services. It uses blockchain technology to make sure everything is secure, transparent. And so, like, we're talking about images, understanding speech, processing language. They do have a Singularity DAO as well. And so that's interesting. But here's the thing, guys. I got the 7-day price movement and the 3-month price movement, along with market cap, circulating supply, total supply, and the percentage of circulating supply. From an investment standpoint, you do want to see this at least over the 80% mark. And you can see a majority of these are under 80%, but we're going to talk about a few ones. We're going to talk about a couple that are under and one that is over. So the first one I want to take a look at is Fetch.ai. Now, what is Fetch.ai? Okay, So Fetch.ai is essentially technology that uses blockchain and AI to create new ways of doing things. Kind of like having a virtual assistant that can help you, like buying, selling, making predictions about weather, stock prices, even managing devices and systems automatically. And this happens in a decentralized way through the use of AI and technology. So a lot of people have said about Fetch AI is it's going to change trading, right? It's going to be able to, and of course we have trading bots already, but it'll be interesting to see what this thing does. Now, just taking a look, so I'm just going to kind of go through the process of what I like to do before I make investment advice. And of course, real quick, by the way, guys, none of the tokens I'm talking about today have paid me or Sin City Crypto any money. We're not paid to speak about this. This is just from my research, what I found, and what I'm sharing with you guys. So no one is making money on any of this at all from these sponsors or people that want to pay us money to talk about it. All right. So first thing I like to look at is token sale. Okay. They had an IEO which returned about 5.6x. All-time high is about 1,231%. This was done on Binance. They did have a private sale at a 5 cent. This raised $17 million at 5 cents per coin, and it was led by GDA Capital and Outlier Ventures. I personally don't know anything about them, but what's interesting here is their tokenomics. So they raised in total $23 million. 230 million of their 1.15 billion supply was for sale. Now, here's what's interesting. So this is how it breaks down. And let me kind of make this a little bigger for you guys. This little pie chart of, I'm going the wrong way. This little pie chart of token allocation. And so here you have, this was the token sale. This was at 20% of the total supply. You have the foundation, aka the founders, aka the company. They kept 20%. Founders kept another 20%. So we can just bundle these together and say 40% has stayed with the team. Future releases, that's another 20%. 10% for mining and 10% for their advisors. So now you can argue that only 20% of their token sale kind of was an actual token sale to the community, to the public. And so that's interesting. That's something to keep an eye on. Is it a red flag to me? Kind of. But what I do like about this one, and I'm going to go back here. What I do like about Fetch is their circulating supply. So 90% of the 1.15 billion tokens is currently circulating. And this is the Fetch website. I'm going to drop my picture there. So this is Fetch.ai. The Fetch AI network is an interchain protocol based on Cosmos, the software developer kit, and uses a high-performance WASM-based smart contract language. This allows the Fetch network to serve as a layer 1 network for Ethereum and as an interchain bridge to the rest of the blockchain world. We all know, guys, interoperability is absolutely huge, especially nowadays. And these are some of the investors that have invested in in this token. Coinbase, Binance, Gemini, Bosch, Festo, Outlier Ventures. And I want to share a video with you guys. This is from Fetch AI's YouTube channel and just kind of gives you an idea, a background of what it does. So let's watch.
It all starts with a single piece of information floating in the ocean of data. Unused, unknown, and unimagined. But someone, somewhere, could harness this, and suddenly it becomes much more. Whilst legacy technology keeps data locked up in centralized silos, we believe in a decentralized future combining the power of AI, machine learning, and blockchains. Introducing Fetch AI's digital twins, able to interact and trade in the digital space on your or anyone's behalf. Powered by the Fetch token, digital twins can exchange with any other twin using a peer-to-peer network, providing greater speed, flexibility, and security than existing solutions. Fetch AI technology, built with the Cosmos SDK for scalability and interoperability, allows anyone to build and deploy decentralized applications on the Fetch AI network. BotSwap, Fetch AI's DeFi liquidity management tool, can react quickly to market conditions, saving you from rug pulls or impermanent loss, operating on your predefined preferences. The decentralized delivery network revolutionizes the gig economy, greatly reducing fees and returning control of your private data to you. Collective learning trains algorithms more efficiently, allowing multiple parties to benefit from much larger datasets without compromising privacy. Supply chain digital twins track and trace shipments, providing greater transparency using AI and blockchain. These tools are the building blocks that will enable a dynamic shift in the way we interact and do business. By bringing powerful AI automation to blockchains, users and businesses gain greater control over existing structures and their connection in the metaverse. Fetch AI, artificial intelligence.
All right. So let me know what you guys thought about that. Did you guys like that? Did you like what you heard? What was interesting to me is the whole thing where it could quickly track prices, right? And so obviously I mentioned rug pulls. So the way it would work is we understand that, an influencer does a video or the project gets hyped up, an NFT project or a token, and the price inflates, and then all of a sudden you get a dump from the founders, a dump from the investors on retail, and so you're essentially buying the top, and because they're dumping. And so what's interesting with this one is what they're saying is it can quickly see those things, alert you, and so you can get out and you can also dump and hopefully dump on them versus the opposite. The thing with Fetch.ai though, and I'm gonna go back to this here, share my screen. So the interesting thing about this one though is it has moved significantly over the last 3 months. It's up 533%, up 85% just in the last 7 days. And I'm not saying, hey guys, go FOMO into this, but let me put this back up real quick. I'm not saying, hey guys, go FOMO into this, but this is something definitely to look at. If you look at the market cap, $510 million. What? Ask yourself this question: what do you think the market cap of the top 3 AI crypto tokens could possibly be in the next bull run? If you have companies like Microsoft and Google and Tesla and all these software and technology companies just dumping money into AI, into machine learning. On top of that, we know they're implementing blockchain. We know they're looking into it. They're throwing resources at that as well. What do you think the market cap of the top 3 AI tokens, AI projects is going to be? Could it be 2 billion, 5 billion, 10 billion? I don't think $5 or $10 billion is out of the question, to be completely honest with you guys. And if you take a look at this one, Fetch.ai, $510 million market cap, 5 billion would incite a 10x, right? 10 billion would be a 20x. And again, no worries about token inflation. But the thing with this one is as well. So this was an article from CoinGape. Top whales, and by the way, this was published on February 4th. So 2 days ago. Top whales are buying this crypto even after a 200% rally. And of course, it's speaking about Fetch.ai. Recent research reveals that whales are now in the driver's seat and are actively purchasing and trading crypto tokens, especially the FET token, which is obviously Fetch.ai, which comes out as one of the most utilized smart contracts among the top 100 Ethereum whales. FET is reportedly one of the top 5 altcoins that large wallet holders are more interested in purchasing and accumulating for the long term, as reported by Whale Stats. Now, what I like to take a look at is this is a website called coincarp.com. And I'm going to drop my picture there. And I'm going to make this a little bigger so you guys can see a little better. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. All right. So coincarp.com, you can see everything here for the most part, right? What I like to take a look at is the rich list, right? The top, the wallets that are holding most amount of these tokens. This is Fetch.ai. What's important to note here as well is this bottom thing here, right? These are holding addresses, and you want to see this tick up, right? You want this number, right? Top 10 holders have 58% of the total supply. Top 20 holders, 68%, and top 50 holders, 77%. Now, we go back and we say, okay, so 2 things here, and I'm walking you guys through what I do in my research. So hopefully this is valuable to you guys. What I take a look at is, okay, this is not alarming, right? If I saw like 70, 80% on top 10 holders, I'm like, okay, what's going on? We take a look at first we take a look at, we go to Fetch.ai, we take a look at their liquidity. Where can you buy this token? So you take a look, okay, it's got a lot of liquidity. I mean, Binance, Coinbase, FEMEX, Binance US, Gate.io, Kraken. And we know how selective Kraken is with listing. Crypto.com, KuCoin, MEX. So it's got a ton of liquidity. So we go back to the top 100 addresses and we go to exchange wallets. Okay. And we take a look and we can see here all the tokens these exchange wallets are holding. And so Binance holds about 291 million of the FET tokens. And so we can see here that although, yes, right, and you can even see it here, it kind of labels it for you. Where did it go? Okay. All right. I guess the data changed. But anyway, so of course, this is on the Ethereum one. But you can see here out of the it was about a billion tokens, right? You have 330 million just here between Binance and Crypto.com, KuCoin, Mexi. And so if we look at, all right, the rich list says that almost 60% of the tokens are held by the top 10 holders, but it's got the liquidity and the exchanges, as we can see from the exchange wallets, they hold a ton of that liquidity. So that is not necessarily an issue for me. So Fetch.ai is my first token, crypto AI token I'm going to be looking at. Now, whether you guys like AI and crypto, you think it's pointless. I know Robin says, hey, crypto and blockchain doesn't need to be, mic is off a little bit. Let me know if you guys can hear me fine. Let me know if you guys can hear me fine. If not, I can adjust some settings on my end. But I got thrown off of what the hell I was going to say. Even though this thing is pumped already, it's something where, this is what I was saying. If you're someone like Robin, you don't think that crypto and blockchain need to be integrated in everything, right? And he thinks AI is one of those things. If you're in it to make money, does it really matter? Does it really matter what you think if you think that this shouldn't be implemented? What matters if you're trying to make money and invest in the future, what you think is going to go that way, you're going to want to look at AI cryptocurrency tokens. And Magic Internet Money said, what about Alethea? I'm actually, that's my third one I'm going to talk about. So thank you so much for bringing you up. Mike sounds like a tin can. Guys, I apologize, but I promise that I will fix it after the stream. My technical director is not here with me, my audio engineer, and of course, I'm speaking about my friend Robin. So, what do you guys think about Fetch.ai? Do any of you have any FET tokens? If you have FET tokens, put a 1 in the chat. And guys, again, none of these coins I'm talking about have sponsored us or paid us any money to talk about them. This is just my research, what I'm looking at. It's not even ones that I might not even invest in these. I probably will. But it doesn't mean that you should always do your own research. Never depend on one person or two people or three people's research. Always do your own. Take people's opinions. Take it into consideration. But always, at the end of the day, the sword is with you, right? I'm not good with analogies. Robin's good with analogies. But anyways, so the next token I want to talk about, and we're going to go back here. Guys, give me 2 segundos. All right. So the next token that I want to talk about is sucker right here, Cortex. Cortex Labs. So the ticker or the symbol is CTCX. Now, just kind of a brief background as far as what Cortex does. So Cortex essentially is they're creating a new type of system that combines AI and blockchain. They can upload their AI models to a public platform where other users can access them. It's designed to overcome the limitations of regular blockchain. And it has the CVM, their Cortex virtual machine, which is also EVM compatible Ethereum virtual machine. And it runs on GPUs, not CPUs, which allows the platform to handle more complex AI models and provides more potential for creating new applications. So this one was kind of interesting to me. Now, what the issue I had with this one, and let me layer my face on here. The issue I had with this one, part of it was their circulating supply, right? You look at 69% of their total supply is currently in circulation, but still the total supply is not that high, less than 300 million. If we go back and take a look at what has this thing done over the last 3 months, so it hasn't pumped nearly as hard as as these top three ones, Singularity, Fetch, and Alethea, but still up 242% over the last 3 months, is up 55% over the last 7 days, with a market cap of $68 million, guys. And so, if let's just say, right, and of course we're playing hypotheticals here, but let's just say this thing gets to $5 billion. You're looking at close to 100x from here. Low supply, right? I haven't seen their inflation schedule. Couldn't find any info on their tokenomics. Uh, Close to 70% of the tokens are already circulating. So this one is of interest to me, and this is their website, cortexlabs.ai. The first decentralized world computer scalable are capable of running AI and AI-powered dApps on the blockchain. And they are launching a ZK rollup as well. We know ZK rollups are the hot new thing in the crypto and blockchain ecosystem. Vitalik talks about this all the time. You have Mina Protocol, Starkware launched as well. I want to go to a video. This is from Cortex Labs' actual YouTube page, and this kind of explains with visuals what Cortex Labs does. And so let's take a peek.
Blockchain started with Bitcoin, a decentralized digital currency based on distributed ledger technology. Then entered Ethereum, which allowed developers to write programs, smart contracts, on top of what Bitcoin blockchain provides. Now, meet Cortex, the future of blockchain technology. Cortex adds artificial intelligence to traditional smart contracts, making them truly smart. How does Cortex do that? On the one hand, Cortex takes an AI model trained by AI developers and stores it on the storage layer of the Cortex blockchain. On the other hand, the design of the Cortex virtual machine gives the CPU's job to the GPU or the FPGA, making it AI ready. dApp developers can then access and execute these AI models by paying CTXC, the Cortex native token. Let's say Johnny has trained an AI model for facial recognition. He submits it to the Cortex storage layer. Meanwhile, Amy, who is writing a decentralized payment app, can use this model in her app to verify users, and she pays Johnny in CTXC each time the model is used. Such an infrastructure will rebuild the AI on blockchain ecosystem in a big way. dApp developers pay and sustain AI developers, while AI developers are incentivized to provide more quality AI models to dApp developers, creating an ecosystem that leads to the evolution of better and better AI models. Good AI models will no longer be monopolized by big corporations, but are distributed on the Cortex blockchain. To illustrate the difference between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cortex, imagine that you are the owner of a grocery store. With Bitcoin, you have to manually check if the right amount of payment has arrived. With Ethereum, you can bind all your goods to smart contracts. When goods are taken out of your store, you can be assured that you will be properly paid. With Cortex, you don't even have to be at the store. The AI models enabled by Cortex would recognize every item in the basket and even the customer's face, providing a checkout-free shopping experience for both the owner and the customer. This is just the tip of the iceberg, one of the many AI-powered decentralized applications that will be implemented on Cortex to transform our lives for the better. The only limit to what can be achieved with Cortex.
All right. Let me know what you guys thought about that. Did that sound like it was intriguing? This to me was pretty interesting, in a sense that comparing it to Bitcoin and ETH and transactions and how this thing is going to work. The whole thing with, hey, you can go to the grocery store and you don't even have to pull out your wallet or pay or anything, and it can even recognize your face. That to me, obviously, if you're one of those people like, oh, they know everything about me, they got my facial recognition, they got my, whatever, then I get it. But guys, it's something that's coming. And so this was pretty interesting. Now, I did find some info on the Cortex team. And so their core team, their co-founder is Ziki Chen. So He was the principal research scientist at SFTC and was responsible for finite element mesh network generation, which are used in aerospace. He's a seasoned serial entrepreneur, and he was at USDS. Also, another co-founder is Jia Tian. He worked at Baidu and Alibaba as an architect of large recommender systems and a search engine, so.com, with over 100 million daily active users. And so these are all tech people. So these are all that. This is their entire team. And what's interesting to me too is the founder, Ziki Chen. He did a interview with Yahoo Finance. And guys, I'm not going to go through this entire interview, but I did link it in the description of this video. So if you guys want to go look and check it out for yourselves, please feel free to do so. And so this one was kind of interesting, right? It says, can you explain to common people about your product? It says Cortex Labs is creating an AI blockchain ecosystem different from traditional blockchain, which can only support simple smart contract platforms or contracts. The Cortex blockchain can support much more difficult contracts, which are AI models, by solving both the technical difficulties on the hardware and software level. And I think a lot of the hardware has to do with from CPU to GPU. Now, I'm not a computer nerd, I'm not a computer scientist, so I don't know off the top of my head what benefits exactly right away that would have. But obviously, with AI, AI needs GPU, and so this is kind of interesting. Some other questions talked about the ICO. He said, "What has been done? What are you planning on doing with the money?" They said they held one private sale and raised 40,000 Ethereum in 1 month. Cryptic Labs was one of their strategic partners. And so, what I also like about this one too is, if I'm not mistaken, they have been around for, I believe, one or two bear markets. Yeah, so they've been around since 2018. And so they came in towards the beginning of the bear market, right? They've been through the 2022 bear market, which we're probably currently still in, and they're still here, man. So this is good. This is their returns quarterly. Obviously, quarter one has been massive, 104.7%. And liquidity is decent, right? They have Binance and Bitsum. And so not as much liquidity as, say, what we showed earlier, which is Fetch.ai, but it's still a decent amount of liquidity. So if you guys, let me know, are you intrigued? Are you guys intrigued by this Cortex? What are some things you liked that we talked about? And what are some things that you didn't like? Feel free to share your thoughts in the chat. Also, guys, I'm going to do a little Q&A at the very end, so make sure you stay tuned, stay active in the chat. I appreciate you guys as always. Just taking a look at the chat. So Mr. Kennedy123 said, I just put 1K on it through Mexi Layer 1 with that low of a cap I'm in. I'm assuming, my friend, you're talking about Cortex. If I knew my face, I would never go. I said, if I knew my face was going to be identified, I would never go in that grocery store. Privacy means a lot more to me. Hey, I feel you, Alan. I totally feel you. The irony is, if I was a millionaire, then yeah, I was going to say that there was an Amazon store. Yeah, so Gonzo said, I was going to say that there was an Amazon store in LA that recognized what we were buying and billed us. So we're already seeing it, right? And so they're saying that they're going to do it better. Will they? Who knows? All right, let's move on to the next coin that I want to talk about. And Magic mentioned this in the chat earlier, and it is Alethea. And Alethea Artificial Liquid Intelligence. Now, this thing, this is the one where token inflation was a little bit of a worry for me. Only 35.8% of their tokens are currently circulating. So 3.59 out of 10 billion tokens. Market cap pretty low, 317 million compared to what it can be. But this thing has ripped and rallied 877% over the last 3 months, 170% over the last 7 days. And so this is not something that I'd go YOLO in now. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that we don't know, right? This narrative that started with ChatGPT and set off this massive rush for these AI crypto tokens, like, are we going to see a pullback, or are we going to see people to continue pile into these projects and understand that, hey, in 6 months to a year, if I hold this, I can become very, very wealthy, especially if you bought a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, maybe even 4 or 5 months ago. And so with these things, with riding trends, it's hard, right? You obviously don't want to get on a train going 100 miles an hour, right? I always say that. Train's going 100 miles an hour. You don't try to get on while it's at top speed. You wait till it gets to the next stop, then you hop on. Same thing with crypto, right? If something is ripping 100% in a week, probably not a good time to get in. But again, if this is a long term hold for you guys, and again, guys, no one's paying me to say this stuff, and I'm not saying you should do this, but if this is a long term hold and you see it holding it for at least a year, 2 years, 3 years, at a what, $325 million or $317 million market cap, this thing could 10x at the very least if it does take off. Now, you might be wondering, what does Alethea do? And so they introduced something called Character GPT, and this is kind of interesting. We're going to show a video from their YouTube channel, and then I'm going to show you some of these big names that they're backed by. And so let's take a look at this.
Character GPT is the world's first multimodal AI system that enables the text-to-character generation of interactive AI characters. Using the natural language prompt input, Character GPT generates each character with their own unique personalities, identities, traits, voices, and bodies. Visit Alethea.ai for more details.
All right, so that was a short and sweet one, but that one was a little short and sweet, but still pretty interesting. And so, kind of going back to this here. So they're backed by some pretty big names: Binance, Crypto.com, Polygon, Griffin Gaming Alliance, and so this kind of talks here the dawn of the generative age. In the same way that the internet revolutionized content distribution, AI is revolutionizing content creation. Large language models such as GPT-3, ChatGPT, and text-to-image models like Midjourney, DALL-E 2, and now Alethea's AI text-to-character mark the beginning of a new age in content creation. And some of the things it talks about doing is using. So let's just say you create your character, whatever, right? We understand, guys, whether you're a fan of the metaverse or not, or you hating on this, non IRL, and everything's fake. We don't know who's real. I understand. I'm feeling that way too. But guess what? Same thing. You don't have to like it to make money. You ain't got to like it to make money. So try to make money. These are some projects that are probably going to gain some traction. Now, whatever you create through Alethea, you have full control and you have full ownership, and you can sell and trade it. And so it works on dApps. And here's some of the things it talks about. Advantages of tokenizing AI characters on their AI protocol. Provable ownership. The AI characters exist on the blockchain as NFTs, enabling their creators to verify their ownership without a trusted third party. Data sovereignty. Character assets. The tokenized AI characters can generate and own a variety of assets that exist on the protocol and can be traded. So your character's assets can be traded. So if you're trying to build a bodybuilder or whatever, and someone else has an asset, let's just say really strong biceps. I don't know. I'm making this up. You can trade and buy and sell. Intelligence customization. They can upgrade their intelligence, evolve various aspects of their personality, and be trained on specialized domains by their owners. Can you see a scenario where you spend time developing? This kind of reminds me of the Chia Pets, right? Where you bought one and you watered it and it grew and you trim it, you kind of make a thing, or what was the other? There was like a toy as well that you could program to say stuff. But anyways, can you imagine you spend months developing and creating this AI character, and then you sell it to someone like Google? I don't know. It'd be interesting. And then, but kind of, and just to take a look at Alethea's. So again, I'm using coincarp.com. Drop my face here. And so just to kind of take a look at their token. So of course I did mention over the last 7 days, up 100. What was over the last 7 days? Up over the last 7 days, up 170%, and over the last 24 hours, up 88%. So this thing is absolutely pumping. Again, guys, do not get on a moving train, obviously, but it's your money. You do with it as you please. Now, here's the thing with the tokenomics on this one. You have 37% that went into the ecosystem development, 20% team advisors, 20% private sale, 5% treasury, 3% strategic sale, 5% token distribution auction reserve, and 10% to marketing. And so if we take a look at the rich list, right? Well, first, actually, before I do that, I'm getting ahead of myself here, guys. My apologies. Let's take a look at the liquidity, right? Where can you buy this token if you want it? Does it have enough liquidity? And so, not really, but does have some big ones on there, Crypto.com and Gemini. Also, obviously, Uniswap, peer-to-peer, decentralized exchange DEX. So it's got an okay amount of liquidity, Crypto.com, Gemini. Now, we want to take a look. Now, remember those, Crypto.com, Gemini, and we'll throw BKX in there, okay? Let's take a look at the top 10 rich list. Now, here, this is what I'm talking about. Top 10 holders hold 89% of Alethea's tokens that are in circulation. We do see here, though, that the token lists are growing, even though it's still pretty minuscule. 7,600 addresses that are currently holding the token, right? And you have almost 90% of the tokens being held by the top 10 holders. So now let's say, okay, how much of these are the exchange wallets holding? All right. Well, Crypto.com is holding 258 million. Gemini is holding 15.8 million, and the rest doesn't matter, right? So you have 260 plus 15, call it 275 million out of a total 3.5 billion. So 3.5 billion circulating supply, and only 275 million are held by the exchanges. That to me is a little bit of a red flag. Okay? If you guys agree, if you think this is a little bit of a red flag, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat. I'm curious to get your guys' take. With Fetch.ai, we saw that, yes, right, 60% of the top 10 wallets held the token, but we saw it had a crap load of liquidity and a crap load of the exchanges were holding the tokens. It makes sense. This does not make sense, right? Only 275 million out of over 3 billion. And if you take a look here at the rich list, it actually does not give us the wall. Oh, there we go. So here, guys, look, there you have it, right? The top three, 27, 14%, 13%. You're looking at this one is the Alethea ecosystem development, team and advisors, private and strategic sale. So I don't know. To me, this is a little bit of a red flag. Doesn't mean that the technology still isn't cool. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. Do you guys think this is a red flag? Is this a red flag to you? Put a 1 in the chat if this is a red flag. Let's just see. Let's see who. Let's see some stuff in the chat here. So, Altcoin Degen said they have been around so long. Amazing to flew under the radar this long. I'm assuming he's talking about Alethea. This feels like it happened last year when Facebook changed their name to Meta. Yes. LNP said I had no trouble buying it on Gemini. J Crypto Minded said only $10 million of volume. Yeah. And let's just take a look back at this one. So 24-hour volume, 10 million, right? But in 24 hours, it's up 88%. Right? It's a little, you know what? Let's take a gander here at TradingView. Yeah, look at that. Wow, this thing. And this is from Gemini. It got up to it wicked up to 16 cents. 16 cents and came crashing back down to 9 cents. Guys, we're talking about here, we're talking about a 40% wick, a 40% wick. So in my opinion, guys, and just to be completely biased, I don't own any of this. I'm not tied to it. I think the project is cool, but To me, this is a red flag. This thing spikes up to 16 cents, only 10 million trading volume. We saw the foundation and the token holders. They control the majority of the tokens in circulation. Be careful. I'm not saying this thing can't can't make it in the long term. I'm not saying that eventually, these tokens will be more dispersed and not just so segregated to the very top, right? Just the top 10. But if you're going to trade it now, just be careful. It's extremely volatile. If I go on here on cryptorank.io and I throw in the volatility, we kind of take a look at what is the volatility looking like on this one. Which, by the way, guys, if you're a charter and you follow this stuff, highly recommend you use cryptorank.io. So 53% volatility. So Singularity Net, just to kind of give perspective, is 69%. Fetch is 73.42. So pretty high, but not as high as something like Singularity. But again, pretty low market cap, 319 million. But buyer beware, buyer beware. Looks like a majority of these tokens are controlled by the foundation. Will they dump? Are they in multi-sig wallets? Are they locked up for a certain amount of time? I don't know that. Is it possible that they are? Yes, it's definitely possible, but we'll see. All right. So Alan P said, I'll try selling it tomorrow. I'll let you know what happens. Thank you. Let's see. A lot of ones in the chat. So you guys kind of on the same page with me. That's interesting. Can you look into Cambria? Yeah, I can look into Cambria. What's the unlock schedule? I couldn't find info on the unlock schedule, Niami. But maybe I didn't get a chance to dig deep enough. And I will try to do that tonight when I get off the stream. Big V said, I've been killing it with Singularity DAO lately. Let's take a look at Singularity DAO. I believe this one was on here. Where are you, Singularity DAO? Here, let's do this. Singularity DAO. There we go. This one's ranked number 380. It's up 35% over the last 7 days. Over the last 24 hours. So this one's ranked 370. So it should right here, bam. Up 202% over the last 7 days. My man. That's amazing. Big V. I'm not sure what price you got in, but that's awesome, man. So happy for you. Yeah, I'm trying to and buy Web3. Me, James Kane said, literally bought FET 2 days ago when it was at 0.35. Should I take profits to wait till the bull run? Oh, Fetch token. Look, man, I'm not here to give financial advice, my friend, but what I will do for you is I'll throw up the chart here. Let's go to the 1 hour, and I'll kind of talk you through what I like to look at. And so I already know if I throw on, first thing I like to throw on is my easy bands, but I already know on the daily this thing is going to be extremely overextended, right? And so, not familiar, this is a indicator from Sistine Research. It kind of shows you your buy and sell zones and what's oversold and what's overbought. This is definitely overbought, but of course, I was expecting to see that, so I'm not really going to put a lot of weight on that one. But you can see, I mean, from the lows here in the beginning of January, this is on the daily chart, guys. We're talking about where my little thing go here on the bottom? Where my favorites at? There to go. Oh no, that's not what I'm looking for right here. See here from the bottom here, this thing is up 500%. And so, what did my friend say again? You said 35 cents, right? 35 cents. Should I sell? Was it 35 cents? Yeah, 35 cents, right? Yeah, 35 cents. Okay, so James said, I bought it at 35 cents. What should I do? And again, I'm not telling you what to do. I am not a financial advisor, and I'm not your chart expert here. But what I will tell you is I'm going to throw on my Ichimoku cloud. And so this is pretty bullish moving forward. If we swap over to the 4 hour, I mean, let's just say you decide, hey, I am going to, we'll go over check the daily as well. If you look aside and say, all right, I'm going to take my profits, right? I bought here at the beginning of this large green candle, right? And if we throw on the Heikinashi, we can see this is in a clear uptrend. So what you want to do is you want to ride the wave, right? This is what I would do, ride the wave. But one important thing we did see, which could be negated, because here's the thing with indicators, guys. I'm gonna swap over to regular candles. Here's the thing with indicators like this one from Lux Algo, the Nadaraya Watson envelope, right? So this gives buy and sell signals. And by the way, guys, this is free as well. AJ put me on this one. AJ from BitBoy, he put me on this. It's pretty good, pretty accurate. Not something I just solely rely on, but it did give a sell signal. We obviously saw the red candle, and this thing is just flying. So when this is Fetch, by the way, with so much volatility, it's hard because right if we go over to the weekly, we take a look at all right, where are we at in relation to all-time highs, right? And look at this weekly, man. This thing looks like it could, if it stalls here and it trends down, this thing could be a massive cup and handle pattern here. This is interesting. So if we see, here's what I look for on a longer time frame. If this thing starts to descend, kind of like a falling channel or a falling wedge, this might be a cup and handle and have a massive breakout. We're talking, we stop here and measure, we're talking another 90% breakout. But if you take a look at from all-time highs, right, it wicked up to $1.20. The highest it closed was at about 90 cents. And so 15-cent profit versus waiting a year, maybe sooner, for it to go back to its all-time high. That's a decision you're going to have to make. But again, if you believe that artificial intelligence and crypto, right, the AI crypto sector is going to explode, and you think we can have multiple 5, 10 billion market cap tokens, you're talking about a 10 to a 20x on Fetch.ai from here, from now, right? At 35 cents, you're looking at a 15 to a possibly 25x. So, but it's never a bad thing to take profits, especially in a bear market. Guys, we are still in a bear market. I want you guys to understand that. We saw Bitcoin rally from 16.5 to 23, almost 24K. Doesn't mean the bull market's back. It could be back, but more than likely it's just a bear market rally. Remains to be seen. But again, like I said, it's never a bad thing to take profits, especially in a bear market. All right, I'm going to just take a quick peek at the chat here. If there's any other tokens you guys want me to take a look at, let me know. I know someone mentioned Cambry. Let me pull that up real quick. Cambria, K-A-T, is that what we're looking at? Here, I'll share my monitor here. And guys, I'm going to start doing my Q&A here shortly. So please, if you have any questions that you want answered, please feel free to throw them in the chat, and I will pick some and read them. So Cambria is an open innovation platform for deep tech, AI, robotics, blockchain, and IoT. Interesting. And VR and AR. So this one looks like 1.6 billion out of the 5 billion tokens are in supply. So pretty, as far as token inflation, not very good, only 31%. I typically do like to see over 75, 80%. Volume, 2.3 million, not very high. This thing has gone up 38.54% over the last 24 hours. Take a look at the markets. What kind of liquidity do we have? Not very much. Only KuCoin and Uniswap. If we take a look at their token sale, let's see if there's any. This is a VC coin. Looks like it is not. Private sale, raised $16 million. And this is good. 50% of the tokens were sold. So this is good. Typically, we've seen over the last 3 ones we looked at, it was 20%. Robotic community, not sure what that is, 20%. Team, 20%. Omni Labs, 10%. Okay, so you can argue 50% is saved for the team. If I'm saying, okay, Omni Labs and robotic community kind of incorporates the team, you can make that distinction. We hop over to what was that? KAT Cambria. If we hop over to the CoinCarp, take a look at if we can get a rich list on here, that would be great. They don't always have them, and looks like this one does have it. All right. So if we take a look at the rich list on this one, see where all these coins are. 88% of the tokens in circulation are held by top 10 holders. And this is no bueno. To me, this is no bueno, right? Holding addresses have stayed the same. And so Yeah, here, 38% null address. 38% of the tokens are held by a null address. You got to assume that's the team. KuCoin. So they hold about, call it 9.5%. So this one, again, and here if we go to exchange wallets, KuCoin, 52 million, and the rest that you can't really trade it on is on there as well. So only 366,000 of these tokens are held on KuCoin. And you're talking about a project that has a market cap of $11 million. So I don't know. This one I'd be a little weary as well. And this one is ranked pretty low. I believe this is number 805. So this is pretty far down the list. Obviously, the farther you go, the riskier it gets. I'm actually going to go back to this one, and I'm going to take a look at historical chart here. So this one's been around since the end of 2018. And so it's got longevity under its belt, right? But it is up 850% over the last quarter, right? Over the last in quarter one so far. So beginning of January till now, it's up 849%. Again, don't jump on a moving train. But hey, it's your money. You do with it as you please. All right. Let me take a quick look at the chat, see what you guys are saying here. Connect with my phone. Viot. Yeah, Viot was another one I was looking at. I could take a look at that as well. Web3 said, you look at gaming? Sir, I am not a gamer. If you want gaming insight, Robin is your man. And so if you come back tomorrow, Web3 me, and ask your question, I will make sure that Robin is. What else we got? Some people are leaving. Check out Viot. Okay. All AI talking about if they'll keep running. Just going over AI alt. Gonzo, great show, David. Appreciate you, Gonzo. Guys, go support Gonzo. 3T Warrior Academy. Good Morning Crypto is a show. I was on their show a couple weeks ago. That was pretty awesome. So, all right, Viot. Take a look at Viot. Viot. Hopefully it doesn't. Cut this over here. Let's cut this sucker over here. All right. Viot. Wherefore art thou? Here we go. Rank number 488. Just a quick synopsis. Now, guys, I have not done any in-depth research on Viot, but you know who can give us some in-depth research on Viot is our friend ChatGPT. Tell me everything you know about Viot. Let's see. Viot. Take a look at this guy. Take a look at this one. Okay. So, Viot is a technology company that specializes in the development of artificial intelligence and blockchain solutions. The company aims to provide businesses and individuals with a secure and user-friendly platform for automating various tasks and processes. The company's offerings include a virtual assistant powered by AI, smart contract templates, and an ecosystem of interconnected devices and services that can be easily managed and monitored through their platform. Okay, interesting. Let's go back to CryptoRank.io here. All right, so Viot, $40 million market cap, pretty low, fully diluted is 76%. So a little over 50% of their total supply is currently circulating. Pretty low supply though, only 400 million, which is good. Now, what has this thing done? So this thing hasn't been around for too long. It was around at the tail end of the bull market, the last bull market we had, which was in 2021. But again, like every other AI token, guys, this thing has been ripping since essentially at the end of last year to the beginning of this year. Ever since ChatGPT came out, and it was the fastest growing app in the history of the world, these tokens all pumped. And here's the problem, though. We don't know if they pumped because people just went down the list, said, I'm going to 5K in this, 5K in this, 5K in this, 5K in this, or they actually dump money in it because it has some value, right? Or is going to do something actually useful. So if you're looking to chase profits and to swing trade, I would not recommend doing it, right? Too volatile. You look at the volume is 24-hour volume is only $5 million. If you look at their token sale, they had an IDO, initial DEX offering. 2.5 million tokens for sale at 10 cents. They raised 250K. That's pretty much it. And then if I go take a look at the markets, where can you buy and sell? So again, not very good liquidity. You have KuCoin, Gate, and Uniswap. If we take a look here at the rich list, hopefully they have a rich list on here. They do have a rich list. All right, so this one, let's take a look at tokenomics. All right, so here's token breakdown, right? 30% went to private sales, 25% staking rewards, 15% went to the team, 10% ecosystem, 12% partners, advisors, and participants. So we can argue 12 plus 10, that's 22, plus 15, that's 37, 37, call it 45, 45% essentially possibly being held by the team. Take a look at the rich list. 85% of the tokens are held by top 10 holders with only 47 wallets. Not very good, but at least it's trending up, which is good. And if you take a look at the rich list, so we have KuCoin holding approximately 69, yes, 69, baby, 69 million tokens. And this wallet, which we are assuming is the team, holding 48%. Now, here's what's interesting. Over the last 7 days, 4 million tokens have left this wallet. Let's see if we can find a matching transaction here that went into the wallet. Not seeing any so far, so I'm going to say no. So did they pull it out and sell? Possibly. Let's take a look at the chart. So this is VAI. Let's take a look at what the charts are showing us. Did we see a big wick? Via Tether KuCoin, bam, bam. Let's go on the daily. Let's go on the 4 hour. Okay, so no big wick. And this did happen. 3.5. So over the last 7 days. And so if we look at over the last 7 days, we take a look at, no, this is Fetch.ai. Where'd you go? All right, here. Vi. All right, Vi, daily. Yeah, I mean, not massive wicks, but some decent amount of wicks here. A couple of them. Just spiked up to 20 cents, came back down to close at 19 cents, and then this one opened at 19 cents, wicked up to 20, and closed at 17. And so from if I measure from close to top wick, we're looking at a 18% move in one candle, which in this case is 1 day. And so here's another one. I'd be extremely careful. Definitely not something I would swing trade, leverage trade. If you like the project and you're like, hey, I want to buy and hold, we take a look at all, yeah, this thing is moving up. So I guess the next level of resistance we should see is like now, right? If I draw a horizontal line here, we should see it around this area, right? Which is where we're kind of stalling at now. So this was, we came down, we broke below, retested, and then got rejected. And then down here, this was back in July of 2021. We wicked down here pretty much twice and bounced right back off and went on to make some big gains. And so I guess if you're looking for an entry point, and of course, none of this is financial advice, could be a level to get into. Just know it's the volume is low, liquidity is not there, and so it might be hard to get out. Obviously, if you're going to do it, I wouldn't do peer to peer. I would definitely do. I believe KuCoin was the one it was listed on. Yeah, I would do KuCoin because if you take a look at the volume on Uniswap, it's only 695K. Not a lot. At least with KuCoin, you know that they got the liquidity there. Obviously, they have the liquidity. You take a look here, 40 million tokens, another 29 million tokens, so 69 million tokens. So yeah, so that's kind of my quick analysis on that one. All right, gonna take a look at the chat here. CrowSwap, Loopring, I own a lot. Loopring, Loopring has really good interface. So what they essentially do is they take batches of transactions from Ethereum, and instead of each transaction one by one being solidified and validated on the mainnet on Ethereum's layer one. They wait till they have a bunch of transactions and send them all off. It's cheaper, and it's called batching. It's cheaper, and their interface is pretty dope, man. They have a Loopring wallet. I downloaded it. I didn't end up putting any money on it, but the interface is pretty good. Another one that was pumping, and it's not Loopring. It was Graph. GRT's been ripping, and here, I'm actually gonna take a look at GRT. And this one didn't show up under the crypto rank. Uh, didn't show up under the crypto rank, cryptorank.io watch list for AI tokens, but it did show up on a CoinMarketCap. So this one, if we take a look, I'm actually gonna do this. We're gonna go overview, and we're gonna go bam, show me 50. All right, we're looking for GRT should be up here somewhere. Where are you, GRT? Probably missed it. It was probably. Nope. All right. Anyways, here. We'll take a look at the 7-day daily. Yeah. So this is on the daily, and I'm just using the crypto rank, but this one went from 8 cents to 13 cents, the graph GRT. So this one, essentially what the graph does is it queries data. And it's something we did a deep dive on, I believe. Decent tokenomics, 88%, almost 89% of their supply is already circulating. So 8.89 out of 10 billion tokens. It's been around for a long time. The liquidity on this one is great. The graph is at number 46. So they're a top 50 project, and so not worried about that. But just to kind of here, let's do this, just to show you guys the difference between a rich list of a project that's been around and is an actual ecosystem versus the rest. Top 10 holders, 56.7%. They have 139,000 holders. And I bet you a majority of these holders are, so here's the graph proxy, the graph token lock. So 12.3% is locked. And then this is their proxy account. If we take a look at the exchange wallets, Binance, Crypto.com, and you have massive amounts of these tokens being held by the exchanges. And if we go back to the rich list, take a look at the growth. And so these holders, the token holding addresses has been growing, which is also a good sign. So just to kind of give you perspective and what that kind of looks like. So, all right. Thanks. Appreciate looking at Vi. No problem, Logan. Anytime, my friend. I have the wallet Loopring. Yeah. All right, guys. I am going to wrap this thing up. I wanted to thank you all for joining me. Guys, I will be doing these Monday night streams moving forward at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you liked it, make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribing, come check us out tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our regular in-studio live show. There's some big news regarding Gemini, regarding their earned customers, regarding Genesis, regarding DCG. Some assets are being sold. That's going to be one of the top stories tomorrow. You do not want to miss it. And so on behalf of myself and all of us at Sin City Crypto, I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.